Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanelia and this is Young Beauty. Today we are going to be attempting to put together a look with this new Love Eternal eyeshadow palette. I picked this up from Hot Topic. The theme is A Nightmare Before Christmas. I love this packaging. You have Sally, you have Jack. The words Love is Eternal are actually kind of 3D. I don't know if you can see that. The artwork, the packaging, this is absolutely beautiful. And this is what the color story looks like on the inside. Color story wise, I think they got it right. I can see Sally in this palette. I can see Jack in this palette. Formula wise, I'm not so sure. Let me go ahead and drop in some swatches so you can see what I'm talking about, and we'll talk about how the shadow swatched. I had such a difficult time swatching these shadows. The metallic shimmers or whatever formula they're supposed to be were very hard, and I had to really dig in there to get the shadows out of the pan to be able to do the swatches, and then they were just chunky, they were patchy, they did not swatch well, they were not smooth at all. Same experience with the mattes, they were very dry and chalky, and I wasn't really getting any much pigment. It took me forever to do these swatches for this video. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to swatches, what you see in an actual swatch isn't necessarily indicative of how it's going to perform on your eyelid. I swatched shadows that swatched horribly, but on the eyelids, they were smooth, they were buttery, they blended perfectly, so one can never tell. When it comes to Hot Topic and their eyeshadow palettes, it's hit or miss. I have my Milani palette, which is right here, and then the Supernatural palette, which are right next to it. Those two came from Hot Topic. The shadows in those palettes are buttery, smooth, creamy, pigmented, velvety. They're some of my favorite formulas in my collection. Now, my Moana palette, which is this one right here, that's a completely different story. Those shadows are powdery, chalky, no pigment whatsoever. They did my girl Moana wrong. I'm not happy about that. I only keep that palette up there because it's Moana. I love Moana. I think it just looks really beautiful in my background, but formula-wise, it is awful. From the swatches, this one is kind of in the middle. It's not as powdery and chunky as the Moana, but definitely not as smooth and buttery and velvety as that Mulan and Supernatural palettes are, but we'll go ahead and see what happens when we put together our eye look. Primer, foundation, concealer, powder, all that is all done. I've also done my brows. Let's go ahead and throw on some blush and some highlighter. I picked up two of the blush highlighter duos from Wayne Goss. Wayne Goss is kind of a smaller independent brand. It's a one-man show. He promotes luxury brands, so he sells his stuff at luxury prices. I was not interested in the lip products or the eye products at all, but when I saw the promos for and the blush and highlighter duos, you guys, I started drooling. Especially the Vivid Azalea duo, which I'm going to show you. I picked up the Bright Poppy and the Vivid Azalea. There were 4 duos, but these two are the ones that just really appealed to me. Let me show you the Bright Poppy first. This is the Bright Poppy duo. On camera, it looks more pink, but in person, it's more red coral, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to pick this one up. And this is the Vivid Azalea duo. Oh my God, this lavender purple. I do not have anything like this in my collection anywhere. When I saw this shade, specifically this shade, y'all, it messed me up. And I love the fact that he paired it with this really light kind of whitish champagne-y kind of highlighter here. The actual shade names for these are Shocking and Pearl. This is actually the duo that I'm going to be putting on today. And the packaging for this is actually pretty nice. It's nice heavy-weighted plastic. The only thing I don't like about it is because it is plastic and it's dark, it's easy to get fingerprints on it, but I'm very excited about putting this on my face, so let's go ahead and get started with that. I saw several demos of these, so I know that they're pretty pigmented. I mean, look at that. So I'm going to lightly tap this on my cheekbones and then lightly blend it in. Oh my God. Look at that purple, guys. Oh, that is so beautiful. These are matte, but there's also just a little bit of luminescence. The way that I saw them demoed in Wayne's video and in some of the other beauty people that I saw demo it, there are 2 ways that you can do it. One, put the blush on first, like I'm doing now, and then you put the highlighter on your high points of your cheek, which is what you would normally do, or what's common, not normally, but commonly done when you're applying your blush and your highlighter. And the other one is to take the highlighter, apply it first, and then put the blush over it to give you a nice extra luminescent glow with your blush. I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush and just kind of blend this out a little bit more. This is definitely pigmented. It is exactly what I was hoping for. Now I'm going to dip into the highlighter side, which once again is called Pearl, and I'm going to lay that on my cheekbones. Ooh, let's see what we get here. This is a very, very light. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but like if you look at it in the compact, it looks like it's going to be like white and bright, but it's actually got a hint of gold. That is beautiful. Wayne, you did an awesome job with this formula. This is beautiful. Wow. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, on my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna take a little bit down the center of my nose as well. Blush and highlighter is done. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids right quick with my Milani eyeshadow primer. Now let's attempt to put together some kind of an eye look. You guys saw from the swatches, I had a hard time with these. I had a difficult time getting any kind of payoff going whatsoever in the swatches. They were kind of chunky, it was kind of patchy. But we also know that with figure swatches, it's not always an indicative of performance of what it's going to be like on the eyelid. So let's hope we're going to get some positive results from this. But I'm going to take Doll Face. I'm going to lay that down all over the eyelid as my transition shade. Now I'm getting a decent amount of pigment on my brush. Let's see what happens when we actually apply it on the eyelid. I'm going to pack it right in here, and then I'm going to blend it out. It's packing okay. It's not very pigmented. I wish that it was a lot deeper and brighter, you know, like what I'm seeing in the pan, but so far it's packing okay. We're going to see what's going to happen when we blend, see if we actually get any payoff, or is it just going to dust away. But let's start blending in towards the inner part of the eye. Okay. It's blending pretty decently. It's not the best formula I've worked with, but I am getting some kind of a payoff. It's not completely blending away. I mean, I wish there was more pigment, especially with how blue and bright and vivid that the shade looks like in the palette, but I'm just not getting that same bright payoff on my eyes. But I am getting some pigment and it is blending. So that's good. I don't think I've done an eye look yet. Have I done an eye look yet on my channel? I know I've done a lot of orangey red looks. I've done some yellows, definitely done some pinks, but I don't know if I've actually done any blue shades or blue looks yet. If I haven't, well, here you go. I will say that I am pleasantly surprised, or at least happy, that it is blending and it's not just like super patchy and dusty on the eyelids the way that it was when I was doing the swatches. I am getting pretty decent results. Wait, now I'm going to go into Aren't You Scared, which is this purpley shade here. I have a feeling that I'm not going to get much payoff on that, but we'll see. I'm going to lay that in the crease, or at least attempt to lay that down in the crease and see what we get. I guess it's a good indicator, or at least, you know, for us to see whether or not these shadows build up on top of each other. Because sometimes you can lay down that first shade and that works really well, but then when you try to lay a shade on top of it, you're just not getting anything, and that's exactly what's happening right now. There's a little bit of purple, but not much. I'm going to try mixing it with the black shade here, which is called Mother of Fright, and see what we get. Woo! See if I can... Oh, I'm getting a whole lot of fallout there. Let me try tapping off my brush a little bit more and then see what happens. Yep, I'm not getting anything. I'm not liking what's happening here. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think I might just straight lay that black shade down and see what happens, but I am not getting that purple like at all. That is just not happening. I'm trying a denser, stiffer brush to see what I get. Maybe if I'm not using a brush that's so soft, it'll pack in there better. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the other eye with the mattes, and then we'll see what kind of a shimmer we can do. Before we move into the shimmer, I'm going to take Mother of Fright, which is that black shade, by itself. See if I can add a little bit of depth to the outside corner of my eye, right in here. Nope, nothing. I don't even, you can, it's there, but it's not black. Like, it's more of a deeper, darker gray. It's a whole lot of fallout too. Yeah. Not happy about that. I'm going to take It's Ours, which is the blackish kind of a steel gray gunmetal shimmer here. I'm going to lay that on the eyelids, and then I'm going to take Dr. Finkelstein, and I'm going to lay that in the inner corner. I'm definitely going to be using my base booster from BH Cosmetics to lay this down, because as you can see from those swatches and stuff, I know that if I just try to lay this straight down on my eyelid without some kind of a shimmer, booster, adhesive, whatever, it's not going to perform well. I'm not going to get the results that I'm wanting to get. So I'm going to go in ahead and lay down my base booster. I'm just going to trace with my flat brush here where I'm wanting to lay it down, which is going to be just above my crease so that we can actually see it when I lay it down. I'm going to take it on that same brush and we're going to start pressing that down. Now, when I did my swatches, this one and that Finkelstein shade, they were like the only ones that really swatched half decent and had any kind of wetness going on to them. It's nice. It's a shimmer. It's not much shine going on to it, and it is, even with the glitter base, it's still going on kind of patchy. Definitely, by any means, not my favorite formula. The same thing on the other eye. Take a little bit more of that Master of Fright shade and just blend out the edges. I'm getting so much fallout with this shadow. Ugh, God. Take that Dr. Finkelstein shade, toss that in the inner corner. It's a little bit of brightness with that one. It's kind of chunky though, but of all the shimmers that I swatched, this one was definitely the best formula out of all of them. I'm going to go ahead and spray everything with my Urban Decay All Nighter spray before I do my liner and everything, and then we'll let that dry. If you look at it from a distance, it looks decent. It looks kind of smoky, but when you look at it up close and in person, it does not look good. You can see over here how patchy it is right there. I'm not happy about that. I'm going to take my Schwing liner from the Balm. We're going to see if maybe we can do like a big wing and maybe see if we can make this look a little bit better. Because yeah, right now I am not happy with what is going on. This is just not, this formula is just not doing it for me. I'm going to go ahead and draw on a really big wing. Maybe we can like distract from the horrible eyeshadow look. And of course, I'm using my liner that's like not one of my favorites to do a wing on a eye look that just did not come out that great. So who knows what's going to happen. Well, guys, I think this is the best that it's going to get. I've made some gigantic wings to try to attempt to make things look a little better. I don't know. I may have made things worse. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw on my lashes. I'm going to throw on some lips, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Lashes and lips are done. The lashes I'm wearing today are from Tony. These are a brand new pair. They're the Wispy Flare Spiky. They're nice and big and full, and they have a little bit of a flare on the outside. Absolutely love that. The liner that I'm wearing is from Hard Candy. This is the Matteholic. I'm not sure what shade this is in, but it's kind of a deep, rich, metallic purple shade. And my lipstick is from the Safia Nygard collection with Colourpop. I think I'm saying her name right. This one is called Brucie. It's this beautiful gray kind of gunmetal shade. It has a little bit of hints of purple in it too. I just thought that would be really beautiful for a nice Halloween look that I attempted to put together. But let's talk about this palette. Packaging is on point. The artwork on the top is so beautiful. I love the 3D effect with the labels here. That part, absolutely gorgeous. On my shelf back here, it is going to be absolutely beautiful as part of the kind of the decoration with my genre palettes back here. Formula-wise, this formula just did not cut it. You guys know my Moana palette right there. That formula, as I said, is absolutely amazing. Smooth, pigmented, buttery. The Supernatural palette right there, also smooth, pigmented, buttery. This one was, it just was not, didn't do it. Nope, not at all. The shimmers were so hard panned that you could barely get them out. Even with my glitter base, I had a difficult time with getting the shade on. It looked patchy, it was chunky, was not smooth. I don't really have much shine going on at all with that. This one right here, which is called Master of Fright, this little black shade down here, it's not black at all. It's like a gunmetal gray. I packed it on, and I couldn't, no black whatsoever. It's black in the pan, it's not black in the eyelid. As a whole, these mattes were just dry, patchy, chalky. The shimmers, metallics, whatever you want to call them, hard pan, no shine to them, can barely get any kind of payoff whatsoever. As a whole, this palette was a very frightening disappointment. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe and join my little family, and if you'd like to be notified of any videos that may be coming up in the future, just be sure to tap the notification bell down below. You'll be notified each and every time. And I do have some pretty, hopefully, decent ones coming. I have some more kind of Halloween, fall themed palettes that I'm going to be working with. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.